CBS presents this program in color.
Hello, this is Mike, and it's just Mike for right now. This is going to be live show number 8, and what we're going to talk about today is Phew! Because it's going to premiere on BUZZR literally in 5 minutes. In case you don't know what Phew is, not to use a Chico line, but you know, what podcast are you listening to? I say that with respect, though. I don't expect everybody to know Phew, but it is a very short-lived game show from back in the late 70s and early 80s. So everybody remembers Phew for its writing and the Gauntlet of Villains, which is the characters in the end game, which we'll talk about as time goes on. But also, just one thing that I think is very amazing is that the host, Tom Kennedy, never lost it, period. Because some of these bloopers are ridiculously goofy. Very humorous, more often than not. And you'll find that out very, very shortly. They're very clever clues. It's a challenging game in the sense of all the rules and whatnot, but really it's sort of basic. You just have to scale a game board, almost a keystone-shaped game board, 5 by 5, and then at the top there's a row of 3 boxes. You need to get one correct answer on every row and make your way to the top. And then, obviously, you need to get one of those last 3 right in order to win the game, or win the round. A game is 2 rounds, and whoever does that successfully goes for $25,000 at the Gauntlet of Villains, played very similarly to the main game. However, the opponent plays a defensive role when they're not playing offense. And what they do is they place 6 blocks on the board, no more than 3 on any given line, no more than 1 at level 6, but they could conceivably place all 6 on the lower 25 squares, not on the top, any of the top 3, though that would be probably very catastrophic. I have never seen that. I'm sure it's probably happened once or twice, but hey, it's been 40 plus years since this show aired, so your guess is as good as mine. And again, the Gauntlet, 10 villains. I have the list here really fast. In order: Alphonse the Gangster, Bruno the Headsman, Mr. Van Laus the Landlord, Nero the Fiddler, Count Nibbleneck the Vampire, Frank and his little friend Stein, Kid Rotten the Gunslinger, Jeremy Swash, Dr. Derange the Mad Scientist, and Lucretia the Witch. And the amount of time you get to play in the game actually depends on how much money you win in the main game. So you get 1 second extra at the Gauntlet of Villains for every $100 you earn, on top of the base 60 seconds. So $400, you get an extra 4 seconds. You have 64 seconds. If you win $1,200, that's 72 seconds, and so on and so forth. We are literally like under a minute away, so we're going to jump in with the BUZZR stream. We're going to hear the end of Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour, and then we're going to start watching some whoosh. And the first contestant went on to bigger and better things within the following 10 years. Probably, I don't think you would recognize her name on this, but we'll find out.
It's a preview. It's a shoo preview. Catch our sneak peek at BUZZR's newest game. It's all new, and it's all the Shoo Preview Marathon. Coming up next on BUZZR.
That's what we're here for.
Okay. Now we want to find out which star had the large number. Would you all grab the tabs? Ready, set, go.
What are you going to learn?
Michael Lembeck had it.
This is like opening presents on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day right now. It's been 41 and a half years almost since this aired. So we are literally seconds away from Phew. Get ready to mark out. I'm going to be quiet so you can hear the opening theme. the opening theme, which, by the way, is my ringtone, and my students thought it was really cool when it went off the other day in class. Kids love Few. Don't even know about it, but they love it.
This is Gene Wood speaking for the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour. A Mark Goodson television production.
Here we go.
Close balls. Narrow escapes. Split-second decisions. And $25,000 in cash. A combination guaranteed to make you say, whoosh. And now, here's the host of our show, Tom Kennedy.
BUZZR made their bug in the lower right-hand corner in the shape of a Few bubble. I'm loving it already.
Our show, you pronounce it whoosh, and you play it with what are now two very normal people. What they'll be like after a few rounds of our game, who knows? Anyway, here they are, John Galvaro and Annie Brown. Hello, Annie. Hi, John.
Annie Brown, within the next decade, would become Julie Brown, not downtown Julie Brown of MTV fame, but just say Julie of MTV fame.
You were born and raised in Chicago.
I was.
Where did your mom and pop finally get together?
In a little school outside of Chicago, a high school. He was teaching Spanish and she was teaching English.
I'll be darned.
So I speak English and
You
a little
sure
bit
do.
Spanish.
And you speak it very well. Where do you live now, John?
In Glendale, California.
All right. And this is, thank you, Annie Brown. Tell us about Annie Brown.
Well, I'm a typist and I'm single and I have a bulldog named Billy Carter.
Now listen, Annie, you won the toss of the coin backstage. All right, now what that means is you're going to be the first one to decide whether to charge or to block on our first board. Now the first board will deal with music, and in round number 2, the board will deal with women. So on the first board, the music board, step right over here. What do you want to do? Do you want to charge or do you want to block?
I'm gonna block.
You do. All right. Now, the blocker goes over by the stop sign, and the charger goes over behind the arrow. Take your positions. And there she goes over there. John, that means you're going to be the charger, and it simply means that all you have to do is get to the top of our board in 60 seconds. And the fastest way to do that is to correct one blooper on each level. Now, what's a blooper? You're going to find out very shortly. Now, here's the catch. Annie over there is going to place 6 blocks somewhere on that board. And if you run into any of those blocks, you will lose 5 seconds on the clock. But if you get to the top, you win 1 round. If you don't get to the top, Annie wins 1 round. And whoever wins 2 rounds will win the game, all the money they've gathered along the way, and a chance at $25,000 in cash. Now, John, you're our charger, so charge on up here, out of sight and out of hearing. We're going to come over here now to Annie, who's going to be our blocker. Now, Annie, you're going to be able to place 6 blocks up here the following seconds. You can only place 1 on the 6th level, and no more than 3 blocks on any of the other ones, okay? And by the way, you're going to be credited with any money attached to the blocks that John runs into. You got that? Place the blocks.
Okay, I'm gonna go for all the 30s because my little brother's a magician and he says that's the easiest way to catch someone and to force them in the middle.
Force
So
them
I'm
in
gonna
the
do all the 30s.
Well, let's take them
and
one at a time. On level 1.
Level 1, $30.
Oh, all right.
Level 2,
Two.
$30. Level 3, $30.
right.
Level 4, $30.
Now hold it. You've only got 2 left.
Level 5, $30. And just to be crazy, 500 on level 6.
Oh, I see.
I don't think that's a great strategy. We'll see.
Yes.
All right. Okay, we'll see how your strategy works out as we bring back John, our charger. Now, John, if you feel the time is running out, you can call a long shot. And when you do that, we'll stop the clock. Now, the long shot can be tough going, but it will take you from any of the first 5 levels immediately to that 6th level. All right? Now, you've got to charge to the top in 60 seconds. So, now, give me the level and the money amount. Charge!
Level 1, $30.
130. 4, 3, 2, 1. Same level.
Level 1, $40.
140. Herman's Hermits saying, Mrs. Brown, you've got got a lovely otter.
Other.
Same level.
Level 1, $50.
Level 150. One Cole Porter song is Begin the Obscene.
Begin. Level 2.
Charge. Now charge.
Level two, $20.
220. The Lonely Bull was the first big hit for Herb Albert and the Tijuana Truck.
Yes.
Charge. 3.
$30.
30. Lock. 4. 3. 2. 1. Charge. Same level.
Level 3, $10.
310. In My Fair Lady, Rex Harrison sang, I've thrown a custard to her face.
Accustomed to her face.
Charge.
Level 4, I'm going to take a long shot.
Long shot he calls for because he has 12 seconds left on the clock and he was scared to death he was going to run into another block.
A very
Just
early long
3
shot
levels,
there.
He ran into 2 blocks. Well placed over there, Annie. All right, 12 seconds left on the clock. John has called for a long shot, which means now that Annie will drop a block into one of the available positions on the 6th level. Now, John, or rather Annie, I want you now to press one of those 3 buttons on your podium that selects which block goes on the 6th level. She has now done that. Now, the block is up there, John. I want to tell you this. There may also be a previously placed block up there as well. What you have to do is pick one of the 3 positions. If the one you pick is free of a block and you correct the blooper, you win the round. But if you answer incorrectly or the blooper is blocked, then you lose the round. You got it?
Got it.
3 positions up there, John.
Yeah.
Which one do you want?
500.
And Annie wins the round! You were blocked, John. Come on over here. Annie got him. Gotcha. She got you on 2 of the... as you can see, she went right up the middle on the third... What?
My little brother was
Tell me
right.
what you mean.
Well, my little brother's a magician, and he says always do them in the middle, and you force people to lose.
Oh, really?
Yes. You want to meet our little brother sometime?
No, but it's my turn to block now, isn't it?
You're absolutely right. See there? All right, now here's the way it goes. Annie has 1 round, but it takes 2 rounds to win the game. Now the blocker becomes the charger becomes the blocker. That means you're going to charge on out of here, Annie, and you're right, John. You're the blocker. Get over there. We'll see if John wins the 2nd round right after this.
While we have a few seconds, I didn't mention it earlier, but right now I'm going solo. Chico may join us a little bit. Greg is out for tonight, unfortunately, so it may be a solo effort. It may be me and Chico at some point. And also, in this marathon, we're going to see episodes 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're not getting episode 3 for some reason. So, for 3 hours, we're getting 6 of the first 7 episodes. Then tomorrow, they start in August of 1979. I believe it's like August 14th. So, can't wait to see that. They'll be pretty deep into the Few run at that point. They'll be almost 3 months into the run. Even more than that, I believe. Yeah, they'll be like 4 months into the run. I'm going to go back now because we're going to be returning from a commercial soon. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the BUZZR players. And also, if this interests you, Few is on every weekday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. And also, there's going to be 2 episodes running on weekends. I believe it's probably going to be the Monday and Tuesday episodes that aired that week. I want to say 7 to 8 p.m. on Sundays? Maybe 5 to 6 p.m. on Sundays? Sometime on Sundays. So you'll have an ample opportunity to catch Few starting tomorrow, September 6th, Labor Day. Also, I should add the commercial breaks may be a little longer than usual for Few because Few only ran 25 minutes. They'd have a 5-minute news break after the show. So yeah, we might get a little bit more of the BUZZR players than normally. But also at the same time, that should mean there's no editing. But also maybe we'll get like ticket plugs. Maybe we'll get like parting gift, consolation gift plugs. But we're in uncharted territory right now, so this should be really fun. But I'm in love with the BUZZR bug looking like a Few bubble. Oh my gosh. I hope they do that for every episode. I hope that isn't just for this marathon. But oh my gosh. And really, I hope you watch this. It was an amazing acquisition. Never did I think I'd see this again in my life. I vaguely remember it from 42 years ago. Vaguely. I would have been 4 at the time. And I only remember seeing it like once or twice. Hey, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to round 2 of our show. As you can see, our charger has already been tucked away. That's Annie. So now, John, you can start placing your blocks up there. And I'll tell you that the board is devoted to women. Where do you want your blocks?
Well, she gave me such a rough time going into this thing. I think I'm going to take part of her advice and see if the 20 block on 20 and 30 on level 1.
Okay.
And
There's 2 of them right there, 4 to go.
I'll just take number 30 on the second level.
All right. And of course, the higher you go in money, the more difficult the blooper too.
Right.
Continue. You have 3 more to go.
So I will take 20 and 30 on level 3.
All right, level 3, 20 and 30. Now you have 1 left.
I'm going to give her a free shot on 4 and 5 if she makes it. If she's not rattled by this time, she's very smart.
Yeah, she is.
So but I think I'm going to take her advice, by George. I'm going to stick it with 350 in the top one.
350? She went for 500, but that's all right.
That was her first pick.
I don't like this strategy either.
Oh.
That's it. Okay, now we've seen your blocks, and they will now disappear. Good luck to you. We're going to bring back, yeah. Come on back, Annie. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, John has placed his blocks up there.
Okay.
And they're good ones.
Okay.
He holds. Now, you know what you have to do. Get to the top in 60 seconds, okay? So now giving me the level and the money amount. Charge!
Level 1, $40.
140. Marilyn Monroe posed nude in the very first issue of Boy's Life.
Girls' Life.
Same level. 1.
Level 1, $10.
110. Samson was betrayed by his lover, Delilah.
Delilah. Level
Charge!
2, $20.
20. While flying over the Pacific in 1937, Amelia Earhart's plane was lost and she was presumed wet.
Dead.
Charge!
Level 3, $40.
Level 3, 40. Pearl White's famous film serial was The Squirrels of Pauline.
Perils.
Charge!
Level 4, $20.
420. According to the Bible, Herod was entranced by the dancing Salome.
Salome.
Charge!
Level 5, $30.
530. Helen Reddy sang, I am woman, hear me snore.
Roar.
Charge!
Level 6, $200.
6200. Mary Pickford was known as America's sweat hog.
Sweetheart.
That is it. And you didn't hit a block.
Not a block.
Marilyn Monroe posed nude in the very first issue of what?
Playboy.
Yeah, that's right. Playboy. Isn't that something? Not one single block that she hit, and she wins 2 rounds, and that means you are our champion, Annie Brown. Champion, that's what you are. Fantastic. John? Oh, I'll tell you. All I can say is, shh. But I have another thing to say to you. You've been a fantastic player, and as a matter of fact, before you're playing, we have a very nice gift for you. Don't we, Roddy?
We certainly do, Tom. A console color television. This is the 25-inch Videomatic Color TV, an early American design with clear, crisp picture, plus automatic adjustment to room light. The Videomatic. And now, back to...
John, thank you very much. Great player. Much luck to you and the whole family. Thank you, John Guevara. Well, Annie, you did it. You did it. Our crazy typist did it. She won 2 rounds. And now we're going to take just a moment here and count up your money, and I hope it's a lot, because the more money you made, the better chance you'll have when we try to win. And you're going to try to run the $25,000 gauntlet of villains. We'll see how she does against the bad guys after these words for the good guys.
Again, muting just for a moment, since that music can get really irritating after a while. So there's our first champ. It's who would later be known as Julie Brown of MTV fame. 2 straight rounds. The blocking strategy, I'm sorry, he pretty much repeated her blocking strategy with a few minor changes. That's predictable. It was not a good blocking strategy. Not even really much better than what Annie did. So now we're going to get the gauntlet. We're going to be going for $25,000. This might be the most exciting 60 seconds or 60 plus seconds in TV if you don't count like the winner's circle. I think this is like an amazingly tense and funny round. Plus also, if you've never seen the gauntlet with their little telebellies, their television bellies, which show messages and show the answers, that's truly genius, especially for 1979 technology.
This summer, the password is triple.
Triple?
Triple. Password Plus, Super Password, and for the first time on BUZZR, $1 million password.
Victory. Win.
It's BUZZR's Password Triple Play.
1, 2, 3.
Featuring all new episodes of everything.
Saturday? Saturday Night Saturday?
Yes. All clear to you, big guy?
Watch our Password Triple Play, Saturday nights starting at 8, only on BUZZR.
Ooh, Lost and Found, 25th.
This is our champ, Annie Brown. Excited how Annie, wait a minute, folks. Hold it, I've got an introduction to make here. Annie, I want to introduce you now to 10 of the most scurrilous and scurvy scoundrels who ever stood between a contestant and her money. And here they are.
Oh, the breakaway clouds. The whole set breaks away just about. And here's the gauntlet.
We're gonna kill them. On up there. Right there.
Okay.
Right there. Yes. All right, now, Annie, I know they look really fearsome. But if you can get, are you listening to me?
Yes.
All right, if you can get from villain number 1 all the way through villain number 10, you are going to win $25,000 in cash. Now, how much time will you have? 60 seconds plus 1 second for every $100 you earned so far. Now, between charging and blocking, you won $880, which means you're going to have 8 seconds added to your basic 60 seconds for a total of 68 seconds to beat the villains.
Okay.
Now, here's how you run the gauntlet of villains. I'm going to read a blooper, and then 2 seconds later, the villain will show the correct answer right there in his telly belly. If you beat our villain to the answer, then you move on to the next villain, and so on. You got it?
Yeah.
But if the villain beats you to the answer, you have to stay with him for as many bloopers as it takes to beat that villain. But if you get through all 10 villains before time runs out, you'll win $25,000 in cash. Could you use it? All right. Now, the gauntlet and the clock will begin with the first bell.
Okay.
You take your first mark. I'm going to go over here to my position, okay? You all set? Okay. 68 seconds on the clock. It will begin with the bell. Before Eisenhower was elected president, he was a 5-star restaurant.
General!
Seoul is the capital of South America.
I didn't hear it.
Some of Elizabeth Barrett Browning's love poems are in the sonnets from the chimpanzees. On Sea Hunt, Lloyd Bridges played a skin specialist.
Diver!
The 3 musketeers were Athos, Porthos, and Abednego. Wonder Woman can defeat
deflect oncoming bullets with both of her twangers.
Shields.
Witches were put to death in Salem, Mississippi. William the First, Duke of Normandy, was more commonly known as William the Concubine.
Conquer.
Okay. Singing without instrumental accompaniment is technically called acapulco.
Acapella.
The motto of Grover Cleveland's administration with public office is a public bus. The liver, the largest gland in the body, secretes style.
Bile.
Wearing a dress on MASH has made a star of Jamie Brown's Frankenstein. Look at this, no hard feelings. But you got through 5 of these malicious villains. That means you got $500 added to your original winnings of $880 gives you a grand total of $1,380 for Annie Brown. What's more, you may get another chance at that $25,000 because in just a moment now, we are going to introduce you to a brand new challenger and we'll start a new game. You all set for that?
Yes.
All right, that'll happen right after this.
That was a tough gauntlet. Even if it's the first time they played it, that was not easy. Also, this episode, it's not uncharted territory by any means. About a year ago, a year to 2 years ago, Wink Martindale's YouTube channel posted it. And probably, I'd say 8-9 years ago, it was available to view at the TV PMM, TV Music Museum. I forget what the P means. TV Production Music Museum, that's what it means. So this is not uncharted territory. Uncharted territory is coming up in episode 2, and episode 4, and episode 5, and episode 6, and episode 7. So I've already seen this. I knew it was going to happen, but really, about 8 minutes from now, when we start episode 2, it's all unknown to me. And it's probably unknown to 99.99% of people watching this. So we're going to go back now, listen to the BUZZR players.
Champ Annie Brown. I want you to meet your new challenger. Could you bring him in, please? Here he comes. Ken Freehill, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ken, I want to know more about you, but we're going to find that out later. But right now, I want you to play the game.
Okay.
Since you're new to our game, you get to choose whether you want to block or to charge. Now, the first board will be devoted to literature. The second board is birds and the bees. But the first one is what you're concerned with. On literature, do you want to charge or block?
Not being a bookie, I'll charge.
You're going to charge?
Yes.
Okay, charge right on out of here. And that means Annie comes on over here and she's going to play 6 blocks. And it's literature, and there's the board. Place your blocks.
Okay, I'm going to do 20.
On
level 1, $20
$1,
and $30.
And 30, okay.
That's just to freak him out on the first
Gotcha.
On level 2, I'm going to do $20.
$2.20.
On level 3, I'm going to do $20 again because I don't think he knows literature.
All right.
On level 4, I'm going to do $40 because he might get crazy. On level 5, I'm going to... Nope.
Wait, you
I got one more.
That's it. One
On
left.
level 6, I'm going to do $350.
Right in the middle. Okay, solar plexus time. All right, let's see how it works out. All right, come on out here, Ken. You're a challenger. Now you know how to play the game. Hop right in there. You've got 60 seconds to get to the top of that board. It deals with literature, giving me the level.
Yes.
And the money amount. Charge!
Level 140.
140. In the Bible, David was an Israelite, and the giant Goliath was a Filipino.
Philistine.
Charge!
Level 240.
240. Quoth the raven, 2 all-beef patty special sauce.
Nevermore.
Charge!
Level 340.
340. Kipling wrote, you're a better man than I am, Rin Tin Tin.
Gunga Din.
Charge!
Level 450.
450. Of his curse, the ancient mariner moaned, I shot the sheriff.
Oh boy, I don't know.
Same level.
Level 410.
410. Cyrano de Bergerac was famed for his enormous hole.
Nose.
Charge!
Level 540.
540. Joseph P. Lash wrote the dual biography, Eleanor and Frankenstein.
Roosevelt.
Same level.
530.
530. The Bible tells us of a land flowing with milk and
And
cookies.
honey.
Charge!
Level 6500.
6500. It's free from Macbeth. Fair is foul, and foul is into the right field seat. Now your answer.
There.
That is it. Well, he came to play, didn't he, Annie?
No.
All right. Now, Ken has one round, and we'll be back and see if we have enough time for round 2 right after this. Oh, no.
Okay. Wow. Annie tried sort of a similar strategy to what her and her first opponent did in that first game. Did not work. Also, a couple of reactions. He went straight at the 40s, and on level 4 went 50, where 440 was a block. I don't know how he figured that out, but that was amazing. And then just the look on his face, quoth the raven, 2 all beef patties special sauce. I think he was not expecting that. But yeah, you could hear some of the great writing here. Very clever, very funny, very timely. But hey, now, once we're done with commercial time, we get to hear the closing music. And maybe we'll hear some end credits. We'll see. I mean, there should be no reason for editing any of these shows because, again, it ran 25 minutes back in the day. So we're going to go back now. Let's see what happens. I don't know. This music's running a little long. Well, we'll see. I think this is a shorty right here. It's going to go back very soon.
Wouldn't you know it, time is up. To play this game with 2 people like this, all I can say is, see 'em all.
Some of our departing contestants will receive Brookmire Classic, a Washington Forge, elegant splendor with modern simplicity.
You can't see my face. They left the end credit, not end credits in, but the promotional plugs in. OMG!
Inside or out. Master Mechanic Shop Vac exclusively from True Value Hardware stores. And the Bearcats Alert Warning Radio turns on automatically when the National Weather Service broadcasts tornado flood service weather warning. Don't stay home without it. And Dundee Fuel Power's Towel Collection, created and beautifully designed for today's fashion trends. Dundee blends beauty and excitement to enhance the decor of the bathroom. This is a production of the Red Austin Company. This is Rod Roddy speaking. Close call. Narrow escapes. Split-second decision. And $25,000 in cash. A combination guaranteed to make you say. And now, here's the host of our show, Tom Kennedy.
Thank you very much. Hello. Thank you. Welcome to our show. You pronounce it and you play it with two terrific people. And here they are, our champion, Annie Brown, and our challenger, Ken Friedel. How are you, Ken? You look so colorful.
Thank you.
You sure do. Now, yesterday we ran out of time as Ken entered our show, but we did get in one round. The only thing we didn't get in, we didn't get to find out about Ken Friedel. So tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm a salesman in
Uh-huh.
Los Angeles.
I'll
I live
bet
down
you're a
in
good
Garden
one.
Grove. I hope to be. I
You're
think I
very
am.
aggressive. Where are you from originally, Ken?
Chicago area, where I was a mailman.
What do you sell?
What I sell now in LA?
Without naming a brand, just
Thread. Sewing thread.
thread.
Yes.
You have to be a good salesman, don't you?
So-so.
Now, you get it, Annie?
I got it.
So. Unless you've switched jobs, you're still a typist.
Yes, I am.
And a darn good one.
Yes, I
Were
showed
you?
you yesterday.
Yes, I know. Where are you from originally?
San Francisco.
And now you live in Los Angeles. Okay. All right. Now, Ken won the first round, as you well recall. Stand over here, right by me. He won the first round. However, it takes 2 rounds to win this game. As you also recall, you were the charger in yesterday's first round, so that means now you're going to be the blocker, and Annie, you are going to be the charger.
Yes.
So the blocker goes behind the arrows, and the charger behind the stop sign, and yes, like that. And you take your positions, and I'll go over here with you, Annie. Okay? Now you're the charger, and as you well know, in order to win this round, you have to get to the top of that board in 60 seconds. And the fastest way to do that is to correct 1 blooper on each level. Now, as you know, our friend Ken over there is going to place 6 blocks somewhere on that board, and if you run into any of those blocks, you're going to lose 5 seconds on the clock. But if you get to the top, you will win 1 round and you'll tie the game. If you don't get to the top, Ken will win his second round and therefore the game. Because whoever wins 2 rounds wins the game, the money they gathered along the way, and most important, a chance to win $25,000 in cash. This board is devoted to birds and bees, and the next board will be devoted to movies. Now, you're our charger, Annie, so charge on out of here. Out of sight and out of hearing she goes. All right, Ken, now you're going to place 6 blocks up there with the following reminder. You can only place 1 block up there on the 6th level, and no more than 3 on any one of the others, okay? And you'll be credited with any of the money attached to the blocks that Annie might run into. Place your blocks. Here we go.
Birds and bees. I'm assuming there's going to be famous couples.
Birds and bees, well, sure. I
Assuming
guess.
that. Okay, I'm going to let her go by on 1 and 2. I'll go to level 3.
He's going to start on level 3.
I'll put a block on $10.
10.
40.
You feel she doesn't know much about birds and
And
bees.
50. Well, I'm afraid that she might start getting a little self-confident if she gets
Oh, you're
1 and 2.
loaded there on 3. What are you going to do with it? Now you have 3 remaining.
Yes, on level 4, a 40.
Okay.
Level 5, a 20. So she doesn't think that she's too safe. And I'll
Now,
place
one-
the 6th one on level 6, 350.
All right. So, there, good luck to you on your strategy. If he wins this round, he wins the game. We're going to bring back Annie. All right, Annie.
Hey!
You know that you need this round, don't you?
Yeah.
You need it just to stay with us here, because if you lose it, Ken gets all the marbles and he gets a chance at $25,000. Now, If you find the time is running short, you can call long shot. And when you do that, we'll stop the clock. Now, the long shot can be tough going, but it will take you from any of the first 5 levels immediately to that 6th level, okay? Now, you got to get to the top in 60 seconds. Annie at all times giving me the level. And the money amount? Charge!
Level 1, $20.
120. One perfume ad advises men to promise her anything but give her Armenia.
Arcade. Level
Charge! 2.
Level 2, $10.
210. Strippers wear a little more than a G-string and pastries.
Pasties.
Charge!
Level 3, $10.
310. Rock. 4, 3, 2, 1. Sing level.
Level 3, $20.
320. Singer Bobby Darin was once married to actress Fiddledee Dee.
Sandra.
Charge!
Level 4, $20.
420 after the wedding. The single girls line up and the bride throws her back out.
Okay.
Charge!
Level 5, $10.
510. The wedding ceremonies usually begin with the words dearly bloated.
Beloved.
Charge!
Level 6, $200.
200. And at a wedding ceremony for safekeeping, the best man holds the shotgun.
Wedding ring.
Charge!
350.
350. No, your time is expired. You don't have enough time. Ken wins the game. Time ran out on you, Annie. Come on over here. Come on over, Ken. Well done. The best man holds the ring, honey. He holds the ring.
Yeah.
And when you, first of all, see, you cannot call for a long shot on the 6th round.
As soon as I did it, I know.
That's all right, but even if you could have called for it, you didn't have 5 seconds on the clock, so Ken is our champ. A brand new champion here in Ken Freeville. Well, you know what that feels like because yesterday you won a game and you had a chance at our villains up there. You got up, I think, 5 of them for a grand total in cash and where their winnings in the game and up at the villains, $1,380. And that's all for you, Annie Brown. You've been a delight. Thank you very much. Okay, bye-bye. Be careful there. Hey, Ken Freeville.
Thank you.
Congratulations, sir. Now we're going to take a minute here and add up all of your earnings, and I hope it's a lot, because the more money you have made, the better chance you'll have when you try to run our $25,000 gauntlet of villains, the bad guys. We'll see how he does after this.
Whoa! Oh my, that was a very interesting round. You can't tell because this is audio, but it looks like they edited a block because they showed the block at 440 and they just went to 420 and played that blooper. So, oopsie, I don't know. But I do like the blocking strategy there. A little bit of scattered, a little bit of not necessarily randomness, but not total chaos. And getting back to the end of that round, when Annie hit level 6, you cannot call the long shot. As Tom said earlier, the long shot can only be played on levels 1 through 5. So once you go to level 6, you're committed to it. And if you hit the block, them's the breaks, if you will. And also, real fast before we get to the gauntlet, this is a landmark show in a couple of ways. It replaced Match Game on the CBS schedule after almost 6 years, but also it moved Price is Right from 10:30 to 11 o'clock in the morning, where it's still airing to this day. So View is a landmark show in a number of ways. Let's go back. Let's see if Ken wins $25,000. And he should have a lot of time, I think. I don't have exact numbers, but I think he probably earned at least $900 in that game. He got $850 alone on the top level, so he probably has $1,000.
$200 to start with. These shows
Ready to play?
Oh, yeah.
are primed
Boy, am I getting out of her way.
for prime time.
Are you ready to have a go at it?
I'm ready.
And go from classic concentration to match game Hollywood Squares out.
Right to agree, and you win the game.
Incredible.
Fabulous.
Never have so many shows been so primed for prime time.
So you ready to go?
I'm ready.
BUZZR Prime, weeknights starting at 8,
Oh, I love that.
right here on BUZZR.
This is our champion, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ken Freehill. Incidentally, Annie did say wedding ring, but that was after her 2 seconds had expired. Also, as I told Annie, you cannot call for a long shot on the 6th level, and the 5 seconds I was talking about meant nothing. Now, Ken Freehill, I want to introduce you to 10 of the most rotten wretches who ever stepped between a contestant and his money, and here they are. Here we go, Ken. Let's go get them. Right there, sir. There they are, Kenneth. And I know they look really fearsome, but if you can get from villain number 1 through villain number 10, then you will win $25,000 in cash. Yes, sir. Now, how much time will you have? 60 seconds plus 1 second for each $100 you earned so far. Now, between charging and blocking, you won $1,120, which means you're going to have 11 seconds added to your basic 60 seconds for a total of 71 seconds to beat the villain.
All right.
And now here's how you run the gauntlet, villain. I am going to read a blooper, and then 2 seconds later, the villain will show the correct answer right there in the old tally belly. If you beat our villain to the answer, you move on to the next villain and so on. You got it?
Got it.
But if the villain beats you to the answer, then you have to stay with him for as many bloopers as it takes to beat that villain. If you can get through all 10 villains before time runs out, you will win $25,000 in hard gold cash.
Okay.
All right, now you take your position, and I will take mine. All right, Kennedy, have 71 seconds on the clock, the gauntlet, and the clock will begin with the first bell. Ben Franklin wrote Poor Richard Maniac.
Almanac.
On 8 is Enough, the father is played by Dick Van Dyke.
Dick Van Patten.
The post office improved their delivery service by introducing the zip gun.
Zip code.
Oil paints are made by mixing oil with vinegar.
No, pastels. I don't know.
The Hawaiian Islands were discovered by Captain Hook.
Cook.
One of America's favorite spirituals is Swing Low, Sweet Harriet.
Chariot.
Sodium chloride is the chemical name for common table manners.
Salt.
For many years, Bob Keeshan has starred on Captain Goolagon.
Captain Kangaroo.
When making an arrest, the policeman states, you have the right to remain violent.
Silent.
At Trafalgar, Horatio Nelson said, England expects every man to do his homework. On Star Trek, Mr. Spock came from the planet Vatican.
Vulcan.
Susan Ford recently married a Secret Service station
Agent.
Ken Freehill, pigment is it. Yes, he finally came up with the one answer that he missed. All right. You had $1,120 playing our game. And you went through all 10 villains. Gives you another $25,000 for a grand total of $26,120 for Ken Freehill. Superb.
Thank you.
Kenneth, you're just terrific. That's the good news. The bad news is we have to say goodbye to you. But do you have some good use for that money?
Sure, I don't know what yet, but I'll do
Don't
something.
worry about it. It'll come to you. It's been great, Ken. Thank you very much. Best of luck to you. 2 more players on right after this.
Word to say.
Wow. He blitzed through that. He blazed through the gauntlet. 21 seconds left, so he took a total of 50. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. That was amazing. So yeah, like I mentioned, he was a landmark show, replacing Match Game 79 specifically. And it moved prices right to 11 o'clock, where it's been now for 42 and a half years, just about. I'm just still amazed that he just blazed through it. At this point, Tom isn't acknowledging what's on the tell bellies. The first gauntlet, it said, "Hi, folks," and this one, oh, I forget what it said. Mr. Short-Term Memory over here. But there is a little message to the contestants before they run the gauntlet. And it said bye-bye budget when he beat the gauntlet. So, again, you can see the humor coming out with the Gauntlet of Villains, even in episodes 1 and 2. So, We're going to head back to the show. Let's see what happens with 2 new contestants.
That means we need 2 new players. Let's bring them on. Over here is Andrea Klein. Hello there, Andrea. And Stephen Ward. Hi, Steve. Good to see you. Well, let's talk to Steve first. Tell us about Stephen Ward.
Well, a couple years ago, I left school down in Florida to go for Africa.
You did?
Headed out through South Africa, Botswana, Kenya, climbed Kilimanjaro, Tanzania.
You did?
Through the Congo, back to the States.
Very happy to have you on our show. Let's find out about Andrea Klein.
Hi.
Hi.
I came here from Philadelphia about 2 years ago, and I'm living with my sister in Woodland Hills with my bird Tiger.
And you haven't even climbed any mountains in the last month or two?
I haven't climbed any mountains, no. Just the Valley Mountains.
Welcome to our show, Andrea. Now, Andrea, you won the toss of the coin backstage, so that means that you're going to decide whether you want to charge or whether you want to block on the first board. Now, the first board deals with movies. The second board will deal with travel. But on the first one, movies. What do you want to do? Charge or block?
I think I'm going to charge the first one.
All right, the charger goes behind the arrow, the blocker goes behind the stop sign, you get over there, and that means that Andrea's over here. Now, Andrea, all you have to do, honey child, is just get to the top of that board in 60 seconds, you know? And we'll tell you about the rest of it a little bit later on. Since you've decided to charge, I'm going to ask you to charge right on out of here, Andrea. She goes out of sight and out of hearing. And now, Steve, I invite you to play 6 blocks up there. You, of course, know the rules. About 1 on the 6th level, no more than 3 on the others. Okay, go.
Okay, level 2. We're going to try $30.
All right, you're going to skip level 1, right? Okay, level 2, 30.
Get a little confident there. Level 2 again, $40.
Aha.
Here we go. Jump up to level 3, $20.
20 there on 3.
Okay.
You got 3 left.
Now, we're going to go level 4, $10.
4, 10.
And level 4, $50.
All right. Now, 2, 4, 5, 1 remaining.
We're going to go level 6, $350.
350.
Yeah.
All right. There are the traps that he has laid. We'll see how well they work for you, Steve. Good luck to you. Here comes Andrea, our charger bat. This, of course, is the first round in a brand new game. You have 60 seconds to get to the top. It deals with movies, Andrea. Remember, if you feel that time is running short, you can call for a long shot. You know about that, don't you? All right. Now, giving me the level and the money amount. Charge!
Level 1, $40.
140. 1951's Best Picture of the Year, An American in Traction.
Paris.
Charge!
Level 2, $50.
250. The names of the Marx Brothers were Groucho, Harpo, Chico, Gummo, and Alpo. Same level 2. 210. Level 2, $10. Raquel Welch has never won an actress for Best Actress.
Next.
Charge!
Level 3, $40.
340. John Boyd as the chimp.
The champ.
Charge!
Level 4, $30.
George C. Scott searches through the porno world for his daughter in bedsore.
Hardcore.
Charge!
$540.
540. The first words spoken by Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind were piddle wee wee. Charge!
Level 6, $200.
200. It's free from the Godfather. I'll make him a coffin he can't refuse. With 7 seconds left on the board, come on over here, Steve. Andrew, you come here. Steve, over here.
She got up to the 6th level and solved the blooper, and she had 7 seconds left on the clock. Now, let's see. You had a chance. You did not have a chance to choose whether you wanted to charge or block. So now you're going to have that opportunity. In just a minute, we're going to be playing round 2, at which time the charger will become the blocker, and the blocker will become the charger. And so since you're going to be our new charger, we're going to ask you to charge right on out of here. And I just told him he's going to get an option. He just charges automatically, doesn't he? That's right. Get on over there. You're going to block.
It's a shopper's paradise on.
Okay, so I don't want to say that was random, but each of the $5 amounts on the lower 5/6 of the board got a block, which I think is normally a good strategy, because what we've seen is people going straight up a certain column, whether it's 10, 20, 30, 40, or 50, and Andrea, the challenger here, she sort of hopped around and avoided the blocks. I think it's a good strategy, especially if you have somebody hopping around. Also, again, if you have somebody going up and down, you're guaranteed to get a block at one point. But also, if you hop around, you could get 2 or 3 blocks. I think chaos, disarray is a valid strategy in this game. But she's up 1-0, Andrea, and well, whatever happens this episode, we don't know what happens on the next episode, even though I think we do. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's get back to the show.
Show. As you can see, our charger, Stephen Ward, is already off stage, and so now Andrea Klein. This board is devoted to travel. You have 6 blocks to place. Go right ahead, Andrea.
This is going to be tough. I'll go right to level 2, and I'm going to block the $50.
50 on level 2.
I'll go to level 3 and block the $40.
40 on level 3. All right.
I'm going to block the $10.
10 on level 4.
The 30.
30.
And the 50.
And now you have 1 block remaining. Where are you going to put
now
that?
up to the 6th level.
Uh-huh.
He looks greedy. I'm going to go for the 500.
All right. That's a good plan. We'll see how it works as we bring back Steve Ward, our man from Kilimanjaro. All right, Steve. You've been to the top of Kilimanjaro. Now all you have to do is get to the top of this board in 60 seconds. And if you win this round, you will even the score. If you do not win this round, that means that Andrea is going to win the game. So you need it, all right?
Let's go.
The board deals with travel. You have 60 seconds on the clock, and so now giving me the level and the money amount. Charge!
Level 1, $10.
110. One bus company slogan was, leave depriving to us.
The driving.
Charge!
Level 2, $50.
250. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Same
Level
level.
2, $10.
10, he says, on level 2, just south of Monterey, California, is an area of coastline called Deer Sur.
Big Sur.
Charge!
$350.
350. Ask any poll the capital of his country, and he'll reply Sacramento.
Same level,
Level
three.
$3, $10.
310. When you land in Honolulu, you'll be greeted by smiling hula hoops.
Hula girls.
Charge.
Level 3, $40. Level
Three.
4, $40.
$40 he wants. On level 4, a traveler saying, when in Rome, do wackadoo.
As the Romans do.
Charge.
$20.
Now, 520. In the desert, nomadic tribes stop for refreshment at an Orange Julius.
Oasis.
Charge.
$350.
350. The Iberian Peninsula is part Portugal and part Irish Setter. You won. Come over here, Steve. All you had to say was Spain. On the very last one, and time ran out, and Andrea is our champ. And Steve, what a great tussle you gave her, though. That was terrific, right down to the very last second. Now you know why we call it whoosh. But we have a very nice gift for you, don't we, Roddy?
We certainly do, Tom. A Viscount electronic organ. A high-style musical instrument in lovely simulated walnut cabinet. It offers easy-to-play features that your whole family will enjoy. From Viscount.
Stephen Ward, you're a fine young man. Thank you very much for playing whoosh.
Okay.
See you later. Okay.
The blank blue index card.
All right. That was interesting. A very weird edit on in that round between the third and fourth levels, because he originally called for third level when he was supposed to go to the fourth level, and they did like a still frame of that, and then once he played the question, they flipped the box appropriately. All right, so now episode 3 is not coming up next. Again, who knows why they're not showing it? Maybe there was something that's not PC. Maybe they're saving it for the Lost and Found marathon in 3 weeks. Who knows? But I will say this: you will see Andrea the Champ return in episode 4. So that tells us she does not win the gauntlet, and she wins the next game. So I don't want to spoil it, but what am I spoiling if we can't see it? So we're going back to the show. Also, real fast, Greg chimes in. He's watching, but he can't contribute. Andrea has a bird named Tiger. Interesting. And Greg may also show another. And Greg may share another anecdote this coming week. He shared a very interesting thing that happened to him not that long ago. Back to the show.
Celebrity 2 with more carpet cleaning power than any other big canister. Another good reason why America trusts Hoover. And Dundee Field Flowers Towel Collection, created and beautifully designed for today's fashion trends. Dundee blends beauty and excitement to enhance the decor of the bathroom. And Brookmere Classic by Washington Forge. Elegant, splendid with modern simplicity. A delicately beaded border on mirror bright stainless steel from Washington Forge. And the Bearcat alert warning radio turns on automatically with the National Weather Service. Broadcast tornado, flood, or severe weather warnings. Don't stay home without it.
This program was edited to broadcast without affecting the outcome of the game.
It's a production of the Bell Austin Company. This is Ron Roddy speaking. Stay tuned for The Price is Right, following news over most of these CBS stations. Close calls. Narrow escapes. Split-second decisions. And $25,000 in cash. A combination guaranteed to make you say. And now, here's the host of our show, Tom Kennedy.
Welcome to our show. Thank you very much. You pronounce it. And you play with two beautiful people, and we happen to have two beautiful people. We have our champion, Andrea Klein over here, and Carrie Yanazzo. Hello, is that right, Carrie? Yanazzo. Hello, Andrea. How you doing? Now listen. So far, I've told you two different totals that you have won, but the actual total to date is $1,880. That's what you've won so far. Your boyfriend is still with you? Your sister's still here? All right. Let's find out about. It's Carrie. Is that what it is?
Yeah, Carrie Yanazzo.
Carrie Yanazzo. Tell us about Carrie Yanazzo.
I'm a world-famous jungle cruiser.
Are you?
Out of Disneyland.
You're muscular, too.
I wrestled for about 12 years.
You did wrestle?
Yeah, I enjoyed wrestling. In high school and a little in college.
Is that right?
A good time.
And so now you're a jungle boat operator.
Oh, yeah, I go out there and drive around. I've been around 8,959 times right now.
Oh, was that right?
I've been there about 4 years.
And you enjoy your work, obviously.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic.
All right, now since you are our challenger, you're going to have the choice of whether you want to charge or block. Now, round number 1 is devoted to science, and round number 2, the board will be devoted to bad guys and girls. But what are you going to do with that first board, science? Do you want to charge or do you want to block, Carrie?
I'm going to block.
You're going to block? All right, the blocker goes behind the stop sign, and the charger goes behind the arrows. Take your positions, and here we go. All right, here's our champ now, Andrea. She's going to be the charger. And as you know, to win the first round, you have to get to the top of that board in 60 seconds. And the way you do that is to correct at least one blooper on each level. And of course, you know what a blooper is. And if you don't, we're going to remind you very shortly. But here's the catch now. Carrie is going to place 6 blocks somewhere on that board. And if you run into one of those blocks, you're going to lose 5 seconds on the clock. But if you get to the top, you're going to win 1 round. If you do not get to the top, Carrie wins 1 round. And whoever wins 2 rounds wins the game, all the money they've gathered along the way, and a chance at $25,000 in cash. All right. You know what it is to charge, Andy. Charge on out of here, out of sight and out of hearing. All right, Carrie. We hereby invite you to place 6 blocks on yonder board. Remember now, you can only place 1 block on the 6th level and no more than 3 on any of the remaining ones. You'll be credited with all the money that is attached to the blocks that Andrea might run into. Go to work, Carrie.
Science is hard. Level 1, $10.
It can be. All right, there's 10.
Level 1, $20. And level 1, $40.
Oh, boy, you're going to demoralize her, right?
On the nose.
Okay.
Level 3, $30.
$330.
And you can't be too confident in it. Level 4, $20.
All right, now you have 1 remaining, Carrie.
Level 6, $200.
And up there he goes for 200. Okay, thank you very much. We'll see how your strategy works out as we bring back Andrea. And here she comes charging on out here. Yes, all right, Andrea Klein, your cheerleading section is with you here. Now, if you find the time is running out, all you have to do is yell, long shot. You can do that if you wish. And when you do that, we stop the clock. Now, the long shot can be tough going, but it will take you from any of the first 5 levels immediately to the 6th level. And you've got to get to that top in 60 seconds. You got that?
Got it.
All right. Now, remember, giving me the level and And the dollar amount. Chart.
Level 130.
130. The first American to orbit the Earth was Timothy Leary.
John Glenn.
Charge.
Level 2, $20.
220. Our galaxy is known as the Milky Magnesia.
Way.
Charge.
Level 3, $40.
340. The closest bright star, Alpha Centauri, is 4.31 giant steps from Earth.
Light year.
Charge.
Level 4, $20.
420 and lock. 4, 3, 2, 1. Same level. 440. 1986 is the next expected appearance by Halley's Mill.
Comet.
Charge.
Level 5, $50.
550. One scientist who helped develop the atom bomb was named Boom Boom Fermi. Same level. $10. Saturn is encircled by strings.
Right.
Charge.
Level 6, 200.
200 and block. 4, 3, 2, 1. Charge.
3 times.
Fermi wins the first round. He got you, Andrea. Come on over here, Kerry. Congratulations. The first blocks that you said that were going to get her down there on the first level did nothing. But you got her on the sixth and final level, and that means that Kerry wins the first round. It takes 2 rounds to win the game, because in just a moment we're going to be playing round number 2, at which time the charger becomes the blocker becomes the charger. Kerry, you were the blocker that time. That means you become the charger. Charge right on out of here, Kerry. Andrea, get over there in the blocking position, and if Kerry wins the next round, you'll be the champ. Will he do it? We'll see after this.
It's a trick.
So yeah, we're on episode 4 now. She only won $1,880 in her first 2 games? Wow, she must have gotten stymied by the villains both times. I mean, I'm just doing the math in my head. If she averaged 5, that's $1,000, and then maybe she averaged $440 in the main games. Again, pure speculation since episode 3 didn't air, but yikes! And now she's down 1-0. She didn't do too badly on that board. She did that random strategy, that scattered strategy again. But the problem is she went 200 on science, and that ate up all her time, because there's a block at 200. Also, some other stuff I should mention is just some minor differences between the game and now, all cosmetic. The Gauntlet win music, which you had heard last episode, that changed. I'm going to presume it's after week 1. The level 6 boxes are red. They would be green, I believe, starting in week 2. We'll find out in about an hour. But also 3, that bell you hear that when they advance, that changed over time. So some first week, I don't want to say abnormalities, but what we're not used to, which is not uncommon for almost any show. We're going back to the show. Can Andrea come back? Let's find out.
Charger's already been tucked away. Now, Andrea Klein, this board is devoted to bad guys and girls. Place your 6 blocks.
Okay. Okay, I'm giving him a free ride on the first level. So
All right.
I'm going to go level 2.
2.
I'm going to put 2 blocks down on $30 and the $50.
30 and 50.
In case
All
he's
right.
greedy there.
Okay.
And then up to the third level, stay toward the middle, but not too high, the $20 and the $40.
20 and 40. All right.
I got 2 more.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, let's go to the 5th level.
Up to the 5th she goes.
The $30 in the 5th level.
All right, now you have 1 remaining. Where are you going to put it?
The 6th level, the $350.
The 350 right in the middle.
Right
We'll see how that works out for you as we bring back our charger, Mr. Kerry Yanazzo. And here he comes. All right, Kerry. Hop in there, my friend. You have 60 seconds on the clock. So, Kerry, giving me the level and the money amount. Charge!
Level 120.
120. In Psycho, Janet Leigh is stabbed while she is taking dictation.
Shower.
Charge!
Level 230.
230. 4, 3, 2, 1. Same level.
Level 210.
210. Aaron Burr killed Alexander Hamilton in a duel to the death.
Duel.
Charge.
Level 320.
320. 4, 3, 2, 1. Same level.
Level 310.
310. Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway were bank robbers in the film Bonnie and Marie.
Clyde.
Charge.
Level 410.
410. The flag of a pirate ship displays a skull and crossbuns.
Crossbones.
Charge.
Level 540.
540. When outlaw Three Fingers Jack was caught, his gland was displayed in public.
His hand.
Charge.
Level 6, 500.
6500 to 3. James Cagney dies in the flames of an oil tower in the movie White Meat.
Time's up!
Wins the round. She tied it up. Come on over here, Carrie. Oh, did you know that James Cagney movie? No. It was, you know what it is now?
No,
White Heat. White Heat, yes. Heat as in whoosh. So it's 1 round for Andrea and 1 round for Carrie. 2 rounds wins the game. Who's going to win the game? In the 3rd round, we're going to have a new board devoted to a new category. And now, Andrea, you didn't have the decision of choosing at the outset. Now you're going to have the choice whether to charge or to block on the next board. It's devoted to the 60s. The 60s. What do you want to do? Charge or block?
I'm going to let him do the work. I'm going to block him again.
You are going to block? All right, Carrie, that means you charge on out of here. And there he goes, and you get over the blocking position. Whoever wins this has a chance at $25,000. And we'll see how it comes out after the first word for you.
I gotta say, Andrea's blocking strategy there, I love it. She staggered on level 2, 20 and 40, and level 3, 30 and 50, or vice versa. I love that strategy. That was beautiful. That was brilliant. And, he almost beat it all. Got to the top of the board. Got to level 6. Revealed a clue, not a block. And White Heat. Well, White Meat, White Heat. Yeah, that probably could have been gotten, but I've never heard of the movie White Heat. We're going to have a tiebreaker. This is thrilling. That's why it's called Few. You got to wipe your brow off after a round like that. And we'll see if Andrea gets a 3rd shot at the Gauntlet of Villains. And that's going to happen momentarily. Back to the show.
So be cool with your dollars and cents.
$5 for the living $10.
Because getting great deals for pennies on the dollar just makes good sense. Sale of the century. Tonight at 2. Only on BUZZR.
Welcome back to our tie-breaking round. Carrie Yanazzo is off stage, out of sight and out of hearing. All right, Andrea. The board is devoted to the 60s. You chose to block, so block.
All right, I'm going to block him on the first level at the $30.
$30.
I'm going to skip the second level, go right to the third level. And let's see, one more there on $40.
Okay, moving right along.
Okay, on the fourth level, I am going to slow him down here. He seems a little younger. The 10, the 20, and the 40.
Oh, 10, 20, and 40. All right, now you have one remaining. Where does that go?
The top right in the middle again.
Right.
Let's go ahead and pick it this time.
All right, this is for all the marbles. The board is devoted to the 60s, and here comes Carrie Yanazzo, our charger. The board is devoted to the 60s. Whoever wins this one is going to have a chance at all the marbles. This is very simple. You either get to the top of that board and you'll have a shot at $25,000, or if you don't get to the top of the board, Andrea will have a chance at $25,000. So, you, sir, have 60 seconds on the clock. It's devoted to the 60s, so giving me the level and the money amount. Charge!
Level 140.
140. Biting humor was a trademark on the Joyce Brothers Comedy Hour.
Smothered.
Charge!
Level 220.
220. JFK became the first Roman numeral to be elected president.
Catholic.
Charge!
Level 340.
340.
No.
4, 3, 2, 1. Same level 3.
Level 310.
Level 310. Students protested the Vietnam War by burning their baseball cards.
Draft.
Charge!
Level 420.
420. 4, 3, 2, 1. Same level 440. 440. Hurrah! 4, 3, 2, 1.
Level
Charge! 410. 4, 3, 2, 1. Same level.
Level 430.
430. Mrs. Andrew Fisher made hospital history by giving birth to twin Cummings.
Long shot.
Long shot. Calls forward. 3 seconds on the clock. I didn't think you were watching that clock. You got it all the way down to 3 seconds, and he calls for the long shot, his only way to salvation. All right, Andrea, you have 3 buttons on that podium, which we, of course, cannot see. Push one of those buttons, which will place a strategic block in one of the 3 positions on the 6th level. I want to tell you, Carrie, there may also be a previously placed block on that level. What you have to do is pick one of the 3 positions. If the one you pick is free of a block and you correct the blooper, you will win the round. You'll have a chance at $25,000. But if you answer incorrectly, or if that blooper is blocked, you lose the round, and Carrie will be the champ.
And Andrew.
Andrea. I'm sorry.
Like the first one, though.
Andrea's right. Thank you very much. Do as well up there, and you're going to have a chance at $25,000. There are 3 positions up there, Carrie. Which one do you want?
Level 6 at 350.
350. Andrea is the champ. Come on over here, Carrie. Andrea did it again. She did it again. Yes, indeed. You see, there was, you went for the middle one. You got the block. Andrea did it again. We had to say goodbye to you, Carrie. But you played a beautiful round. You got up to 1 second twice there on the 6th level. You were a terrific player. Roddy, what do we have for Carrie Yanazzo?
Well, Tom, we have Keller's Elegant Country Americana Oak Dining Furniture. Exclusive armor guard, high-pressure laminate. Tops help protect against spills and burns. Country Americana Dining Furniture from Keller.
Gary, thank you very much for playing. You're welcome, sir. Andrea, you did it again. Again. This will be her 3rd try now. All right, now we're going to take a moment. We're going to add up all your winnings, and I hope it's a lot, because the more you've made, the better chance you'll have when, for the 3rd time, she tries to run the Gauntlet of Villain for $25,000. We'll see how she does after this.
What can you say about that blocking strategy? Not only did she get the block on the 6th level, but 4 of her 5 blocks on the lower 5 levels connected. That was amazing, and that totally stopped his progress on level 4. Wow. That was well done. So, well, we're going to be getting to episode 5 next. This is the third attempt. I don't remember how much money she had. She obviously got $350 on the block on level 6 there, plus another about what, $110 on the other blocks on that board. So she's got at least $460. We'll see. We'll see if she improves any. You did hear the bell that we haven't heard the first week. That clang for a correct answer. I believe it was on level 3. And just to answer a quick question you might have, if somebody either gets blocked out or does not answer a question on a certain level, they automatically move up to the next level. I would assume it's the same if you go from level 5 to level 6. So if you can't finish that column, you automatically, or if you can't finish that dollar amount or that level, then you go up to the next level. All right, I've talked enough. Let's get back to the game.
She's had 2 chances at our villains, and her sisters in the audience, her mom and dad, are back in Philadelphia pulling for her this very moment. Now, the first time you met our villains, they were scurrilous. The second time, they were larcenous. And now I want to introduce you to 10 of the most vicious villains who ever stood between Andrea Klein and her money, and here they are! They're still here. Let's go get them, Andrea. They're still here. They're still there. Yeah. And they're just as fearsome looking as ever. However, if you get from villain number 1 through villain number 10, you're going to win $25,000 in cash. Now, how much time do you have? 60 seconds plus 1 second for each $100 you earned in the last game. Now, between charging and blocking, you won $650, which means you're going to have 6 seconds added to the basic 60 seconds for a total of 66 seconds to beat those vicious villains. You going to do it this time?
I'm trying.
All right, now here's how you run the gauntlet of villains. I'm going to read a blooper. Then 2 seconds later, the villain will show the correct answer right there in the telly belly. If you beat our villain to the answer, you move on to the next villain, and so on. But if the villain beats you to the answer, you have to stay with him for as many bloopers as it takes to beat that villain. But if you get through all 10 villains, then your mom and dad back in Philadelphia are going to watch you win $25,000 in cash. Do it for them, all right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, you take your position, and I will take mine, Andrea. 66 seconds on the clock. The gauntlet and the clock will begin with the first bell. Elizabeth Taylor starred as a young girl in National Virgin.
Velvet.
One of the unusual men of JFK's staff was McGeorge Bondage. Harbor is the permanent home of the mothballed Queen Mother.
Queen Mary.
Edgar Allan Poe wrote The Cask of Avocado.
Captain Diablo.
The old Dean Martin show featured a group of chorus girls known as the Grave Diggers.
Gold diggers.
During World War I, it was considered unlucky to light 3 cigarettes on one monk.
Match.
The last word to come out of Napoleon's mouth was Listerine.
I lost.
In 1962, the American League's most valuable player was Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mantle.
All right, the first lady of modern dance is Martha Washington.
Martha Gray.
Etiquette dictates that peas should be eaten with a pea spoon.
Knife.
In 1905, George Bernard Shaw completed major surgery. In Copenhagen. Villain number 6. Frank and his little buddy Stein. Gotcha. Look at this. Who's next? Well, once again, though, look at this. You did get through 5 villains. That earns for you another $500. So let's add it all up. You had $1,880. In the game, you got $650. And an additional $500 up here on the villains for a grand total of $3,030 for any And not only that, but you get another chance at $25,000 because you are now eligible to take on a new challenger. We'll meet a new challenger right after these words. Okay? Be right back.
Only up to 5, or only 5 conquered. Got up to number 6. Yeah, she's having a tough time at the gauntlet. Obviously plays the main game well, but that gauntlet is her kryptonite. So she's going to enter game 4. We're going to enter show 5, and you can see some of the stuff we've seen on YouTube videos over the years slowly coming into play. You had the final buzzer after the time's up, just to sort of cut her off, to declare her as just out of time. Not necessarily wrong, but those bloopers, some of those were amazingly difficult. So we'll get back to the game. We have enough time to meet the next challenger, but if we don't, we're going to have the credits, the end of the episode number 4. Then we're going to jump right into episode 5. Here we go. And I hope you enjoy me talking during the breaks. I don't want to talk during the show. The show's the star, not me necessarily. And I'm thinking we're going to just maybe meet the next contestant at the start of the next show. Because I've got 529. Yeah. Let's just throw it to the end. Let's do the end credits. Let's do the prize sponsorships and all that. Oh, and also speaking of the prizes, how about those consolation prizes? They didn't give away rice or roni. A kitchen set? Or a dining room set, I should say. That's not hay.
Time's up for the day. Andrea Klein, who so far has earned $3,030, is going to take on a new challenger tomorrow. Will she defeat her next challenger? Will she get to those villains again? Will she find happiness in $25,000? We'll see you tomorrow on
receive a 7-piece Performa Gourmet Cutlery Set with extra sharp chrome stainless steel blades and ebony Fleetwood handles, dishwasher safe from Washington Forge, and colorful DuPont Lucite spray paints. The quick and easy way to add fresh new decorator touches all year to your home. With Lucite spray paints, you color it easy. And from Buxton, their genuine leather all-together clutch and keytainer for her, billfold and keytainer for him. Together to get, Buxton is a natural. And Foster Grant sunglasses with polarized mirror and gradient lenses. Isn't that you behind those Foster Grant
First pretty decent credit roll, by the way.
This is Ron Ronnie speaking. It's a production of the Bud Austin Company. Stay tuned for The Price is Right, following the news over most of these CBS stations. Close calls. Narrow escapes. Split-second decisions. And $25,000 in cash. A combination guaranteed to make you say... And now, here's the host of our show, Tom Kennedy.
Thank you. Welcome to our show. You pronounce it, but some people pronounce it the Andrea Klein Show. Let's bring back our champion, Andrea Klein. Come on in here, Andrea. And here's your challenger, Marlene Vittori. Hi, Marlene. How are you? Hi there. Are you still around?
I'm still here.
We know all about Andrea Klein. She is back. She has had 3 tries so far at our Gauntlet of Villains, and she says she's going to stay until she gets it right.
That's right.
Or unless someone does her in. So let's meet your new challenger. This is Marlene Vittori. How are you, Marlene?
Fine.
That's
I'm
good.
excited.
Well, I don't blame you. Boy, around here, everybody gets excited. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm an office manager for engineering representatives.
Very good.
And I am married.
Uh-huh.
And I've lived in California under a year.
Is that all?
Yeah, and I love
Where'd you
it.
come from?
Ohio.
I'll be darned. Are you a tough manager?
Oh, no.
You're not?
I'm a nice manager.
Sweet, lovable, but stern. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Now, here, let's play our game. Round number 1, the board is devoted to animals. Round number 2, the board will be devoted to quotes. But since you are our challenger, what are you going to do with that first board? Animals. You want to charge or do you want to block, Marlene?
I want to charge.
You'll want to charge, or the charger goes behind the arrow, and the blocker goes behind the stop sign. So take your position. All right. Ms. Manager, here's what you have to do. You have to get... To win the first round, you have to get to the top of that board in 60 seconds. You got that?
Yes.
Now, the fastest way to do that is to correct 1 blooper on each level. Now, what's a blooper? That you are going to find out very shortly. Here's the catch. Andrea is going to place 6 blocks somewhere on that board. And if you run into one of those blocks, you're going to lose 5 seconds on the clock. But if you get to the top and win the first round, you do just that. You win the first round within 60 seconds. If you do not get to the top, Andrea wins the first round. Now, whoever wins 2 rounds wins the game, all the money they've gathered along the way, and a chance at, Marlene, $25,000 in cash. Does that sound good? All right, now, you elected to charge, so charge right on off here, Marlene. There you go. Out of sight and out of hearing. All right, Andrea, I can see the wheels going already. You're going to block. We invite you now to place 6 blocks up there, but of course you may only place 1 block on this 6th level and no more than 3 on any of the others. And you'll be credited with all the money attached to the blocks that Marlene might encounter. Place your blocks.
Okay, I'm going to skip level 1.
This is animals.
Go right to level 2 and put a block on the $10.
10. Okay.
Okay,
Now.
up to level 3. This is where I'm going to slow her down. The 20, the 30, and the 50 if she's ready.
Ooh. Okay, 2 more to go.
Now we'll go to the 4th level, and she might worry about this. So the $10,
And
straight to the 6th level, and the 200 up there.
all right, let's see how well that works. The trap has been laid, and let's bring back now Marlene Vittori, our charger. All right, Marlene, if you find now the time is running out, you can call long shot. And when you do that, we stop the clock. A long shot can be tough going, but we'll take you from any of the first 5 levels immediately to that 6th level, okay?
Okay.
So, now, giving me the level and the dollar amount. Charge!
Level 140.
140. During World War II, dogs in the Army were part of the Cowcan Corps.
Oh!
Same level.
$10.
110. A leopard cannot change his spots. Charge!
Level
230. Roddy McDowell starred in one of the most famous of Lassie films, Lassie Come Clean.
Oh!
Charge!
Level 340.
340. Legend says that lemmings commit suicide by marching into Central Park at night.
I don't know.
Same level 3.
10.
10. Level 310. Ed Sullivan did comedy routines with Topo Gigio, a little Italian louse.
No.
Charge!
Level 439.
430. Patty Page saying, how much is that doggy with that bimbo?
In the window.
Charge! turns red only when it's been embarrassed.
Cut!
Charge!
Level 6, 200!
200! It's blocked, and Andrea wins the round. Come on over here, Marlene. You did it. She only had 2 seconds on the clock. It was either 2 or 3 seconds on the clock by the time she got to the 6th level. All right. Lemmings commit suicide by marching off a cliff. That's right, into. It says into a cliff. Anyway, you've won round 1 once again, Andrea. And however, you're going to have a chance at revenge now, Marlene, because in just a moment we're going to be playing round 2, at which time the charger will become the blocker, and the blocker will become the charger. So that means that, Andrea, you were the blocker, this time you're the charger. Charge right on out of here. Marlene, get over there and get ready to block, and good luck to you on round 2, which we'll play right after this for you.
It's a tricky word to say.
My stomach hurts.
All right. Well, I think there are some little issues, some hesitation on her part, especially at level 6. She couldn't decide what she wanted to play. Ultimately hit the block. Time was up. How much is that doggy? I laughed at that internally, trying not to laugh on the stream. Like I said, some of the writing is very clever. I'm sort of sad that they don't go over all the unanswered bloopers, at least this early on, because I want to know what the answer to that first one was. I'm guessing it was Peace Corps, but it is what it is. Also, another change I noticed is that the clock now is green in color, whereas in the previous episodes it was orange. So that's something I think that stuck with throughout the entire run of the show. So already, again, changes. It's evolving. We see that happening just in the first week of episodes. So I'm sure we'll see other changes in the next couple of episodes. I can almost guarantee it. I'm pretty sure that the level 6 blocks go green instead of red, or are green instead of red, starting on episode 6. But hey, for now, we're going to go back to the show. Let's see if Andrea can win her 4th game.
Into the sea, and don't you forget it. As you can see, our charger is already out of sight and out of hearing, and that means, Marlene, the scene is now set for you to place 6 blocks. It's on quote, unquote. That's what the board is devoted to. Place your blocks, ma'am.
Level 1, I want to scare her off, so I'm going to, I think she has a little too much confidence.
Which
one? So I'm going to level 1, 40.
40.
And level 150.
And level 150, okay.
I'm going to go up to level 2. I'm going to place a 30. I think she might back down there.
All right.
Okay. We're going to go up to level 3 then and give her another 30.
All right, another one. Now what are you going to give her?
Now
2
I'm
more.
going to go up to level 4 and give her 20.
20 on 4. 1 remaining.
1 more, we'll go right up to level 6.
Uh-huh.
And with with all of her confidence, I'd better put it on 500.
Okay, good luck to you, quote unquote. Okay, let's bring back our charger, Andrea Klein, and here she comes. Now, Andrea, you have 60 seconds on the clock. It's on quote unquote. That's what the board is devoted to, 60 seconds on the clock. Giving me now the level and the dollar amount. Charge!
Level $140.
140. 120. Where there's a will, there's a relative.
Away.
Charge.
Level 240.
240. What this country needs is a good 5-cent sitar.
Admiral.
Same level.
10.
210. Fly now, pray later.
Head.
Charge.
Level 350.
350. At the Battle of Mobile Bay, Admiral Farragut declared, "Damn the tomatoes, full speed ahead."
Torpedo.
Charge.
$430.
430. Dorothy Parker felt that men seldom make passes at girls who are gaseous.
Wear glasses.
Charge.
Level 5, $10.
510. Two heads are better than buns.
1.
Charge.
Level 5, $20.
520. Spare the rod and boil the child. Charge.
350. 6 level 350.
6 level 350. No man is Rhode Island.
An island.
That's right, Andrea. You won the game. You won the game. Come on over here. Marlene. She did it. She won the game and actually had 2 seconds left on the clock, and the only other thing left was spare the rod and spoil the child. So Andrea does it again, and that means, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to Marlene. But we have a very nice gift for you, don't we, Roddy?
We certainly do, Tom. From Dagger International, this 3-piece multiplex music system with built-in stereo 8-track and cassette recorder, full-size BSR 3-speed automatic record changer, uniquely designed from Dagger International.
And we thank you very much. It was a pleasure meeting you. All righty. Andrea, congratulations. You did it again. Another win. And now we're going to take a moment, count up your winnings, and I hope you'll want a whole bundle, because the more you have won, the better chance you'll have when you try to run. It's $25,000. Don't put up your wins. She'll try it again.
Well, Andrea made a little oopsie there. She got level 510, then she called level 520, missed it, but she still went to 350 on the 6th level and got it with a little bit of time remaining. We're going to welcome in somebody now. Hopefully this works. Oh, and if we haven't done a proper introduction, television's Chico Alexander, everybody. Oh, that's Ryan Vickers. But still, Chico Alexander's in the house.
Hi.
Yeah, he did something, I would say, once in a lifetime.
Let's just say let's just say it would not surprise me if Mike and Greg dragged it out for National Anthem Volume 2, because.
All right, let's get back to the gauntlet.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. We're at the gauntlet now. And I'm going to turn down the TV so I can hear the gauntlet. So. I swear I know how to work this stupid thing. There we go.
Next villain, and so on. But if that villain beats you to the answer, you have to stay with him for as many bloopers as it takes to beat that.
Okay. I'm trying to remember what episode our dearly departed friend Randy was in.
We'll get to that in a second.
Now you have 66 seconds on the clock. The gauntlet and the clock. Begin.
Okay, here we go.
Goldie Hawn and Chevy Chase starred in the 1978 movie Foul Odor.
Foul play.
H2O was the chemical formula for oatmeal.
Water.
The president after Woodrow Wilson was Warren Beatty.
Warren Cleveland.
Who is Warren Cleveland?
Nicknamed the Galloping Gourmet. Rita Cancino later became famous as Rita Moreno.
Consuelo.
Outside traditional Dutch households, you often see a pair of wooden nickels.
Shoes.
Henry Wadsworth Longfellow wrote the Song of Hayakawa.
Hiawatha.
On October 16, 1859, John Brown made his attack on Harper's Bazaar.
Harper's Ferry.
The American painter known for dripping paint on the canvas was Jackson Brown.
Pollock.
On radio, Ivan Shark was the arch enemy of Captain Midwife.
Midnight.
Carousel, the song about my boy Bill was entitled Senility.
That I don't know. What do the villains have to say now? Another pigeon. I have no idea what that means. What does another pigeon mean?
And the game total was $670. $400 of these here villains for a grand total of $4,100. And then you get another chance for $25,000 because you are eligible to take on a new challenger. We'll be back right after this. Don't you go away.
Mike? Mike, did I lose you?
The gauntlet really is like her kryptonite. She cannot get past, like, villain number 6. This time she got past only villain, or got to get villain 5. So, yeah, I mean, she plays the front game well, but
she can't close.
She can't close the deal. You're right about that.
She's not a closer.
She's not a closer. So again, Chico's joining us, bringing him up to speed as to what he missed. He missed Julie Brown of MTV fame as the first champ. The second champ ended up beating the gauntlet of villains very swiftly. And right now, Andrea is our third champ, and she has won 4 games and a hair over $4,000. So we'll see if she can make it 5. But also, we're noticing some changes in the premiere week into the game that we know and love in terms of visual changes, sound effect changes, music changes.
And changes to the board, because if I may be wrong on this, but I seem to remember that the at level 6 was green.
That's something I mentioned, and that should change next episode with the start of the second week. But even one thing that I noticed now is the timer is green. It was orange for the first 3 or 4 days. So
okay, you're talking about the timer for the main game.
Timer and possibly the gauntlet. I'm not 100% sure.
Now the gauntlet is green.
Okay, well at least in the main game it was orange.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna go back to the show. We should be coming back from the commercial very soon, and we'll meet Andrea's 5th challenger. Well, actually 4th challenger. She was a challenger that beat a champ. Or no, she wasn't. It would be her 5th challenger because she was the first winner after the retired champ. So let's get back to that.
Okay. Well, right now I'm at the update your password commercial.
You may be a hair ahead of me, possibly.
Bruce Hiley's the next challenger. And that is quite a haircut on him. Kind of looks like a early career Justin Bieber.
Legends and superstitions. The second board will deal with show business. But since you're our challenger on that first board, you have the option of charging.
Actually, you know what his haircut looks like? Michael J. Fox on season 1 of Family Ties. That's what it looks like. and he sounds a little British. He sounds quite British.
Right up to the top there. And she won't know where she is. I'm sure I won't, but we'll try. 350.
All right. That's very good. A good plan. We'll see how it plummets in just a second. All right, Andrea, here we go. Now, Andrea, this is Legends and Super. Now, you know top of that board within 60 seconds, and you know about the long shot, right? Right. Okay, so give me neat. And charge. 120. On third for this week for you. Charge. 240. The Titan who carried the world on his shoulders was named Steve. Same level 2. 250.
And the timer is now orange.
Same level. 210. If you break a mirror, it's 7 years bad breath. Charge. 320. Whatever King Midas touched turned to mufflers. Charge. 420. 4, 3, 2, 1. Same level 4. 410. Cupid is often shown holding a bow and arrow. Charge. 5, 10.
Some of these bloopers are really dated.
Charge. 6,500 in Greek mythology. The place of the dead is called Cedar Rapids. Swing the first bell. Come on over here, Andrea. Can't come up with it right offhand. Very well done there, Bruce. But you got it with only one block. And he had 6 very casely face blocks up there. However, now you've won 1 round, but it takes 2 rounds, as you know, Bruce, to win the game. So we're going to play round 2, and in just a moment we're going to be playing round 2, which is going to be what? Whatever it's going to be, that's what it's going to be. You were the blocker, now you're going to
Whatever
be
it's going to be.
You were the charger, now you're going to be the blocker. So you charge on out of here, Bruce. You go over there for the block, and we'll be back with you in just 1 minute.
And we're into another commercial break.
Well, Andrea's in a real pickle here. I don't think she's been down at any point. She hasn't been down 1-0. So obviously she's got to do a good job blocking, or else she may not be the champ much longer.
Nope. And,
those were some very. There were some toughies in there.
Those were not easy.
There were some toughies. I'm surprised that they kept Bow and Arab in there.
Like I said, this it's like some of these bloopers are really dated.
They're really dated and antiquated. Yeah. But again, that may explain why we didn't see episode 3. Who knows? Andrea's on the ropes. The challenger came out kind of fierce. Good blocking strategy. And only if Andrea knew that $500 blooper about the land of the dead, I think it was, not necessarily the river Styx, but something related to that.
The River of Dreams, no.
No, I think it wasn't. It was the land of the dead. I don't think it even said the river, but I'm thinking Styx or something like that. So we should have some vast visual changes when we come back on episode 5. We're going to go back to the broadcast now. We have enough time for the closing credits. Probably a long closing credits. I would
Well, they
assume
did a long closing credits last time, so.
they did, but also this is a Friday show. Remember.
Oh, that's true.
So let's see what happens.
All right. Both players are center stage, which means I guess they're gonna talk a little bit. But yeah, this is basically it for the show for now. But if you stay tuned, there's going to be another episode.
Very good. And so now you're permanently here, do you think?
Oh, yes, we moved into Tarzana. Well, I was a bartender. I'm unemployed right now. I'm hoping to be a writer.
All right. And he won the first round. Will he unseat Andrea Klein, who so far has won $4,100? We'll see next time on...
Oh, in Haiti. And
Some of our departing contestants receive a 7-piece performance set with extra sharp chrome stainless steel blades.
and of course the dulcet tones of Mr. Rod Roddy, giving away knives and such.
Continuously removes tobacco smoke, odors, dust, pollen. CA90 ecologizer keeps the air you breathe cleaner and fresher. And the Miro electric boiler, a modern way to prepare meals without wasting energy. Completely portable and easy to clean from Miro Aluminum Company. And Foster Grant sunglasses with polarized mirror and gradient lenses. Isn't that you behind these Foster Grants?
And coming up next is the half-hour long Price is Right. Oh wait, it's the hour-long Price is Right. I remember, this is 1979, not 1975. Stupid me.
This is Ron Roddy speaking. With the production of the Broadcasting Company. Stay tuned for The Price is Right, following the news over most of these CBS stations. Close call.
And here's that Hanna-Barbera intro now. And Rod Roddy, ever the professional, still has trouble saying the title with a straight face.
I tell you, the excitement abounds in this studio. We thank you. We welcome you once again to our show. Now, you pronounce it, and you play with two very bright people, and we happen to have, namely, our returning champion, challenger, Mr. Bruce Hiley. Hi, Ann. How you doing today? Money bags over here. So far, she's earned $4,100 playing our game. She's Philadelphia, right? Yeah. How you feeling so far? First winning experience. Well, Bruce has other ideas about that. He'd like to bring a halt to all that. He joined our show on the last airing, and as a matter of fact, won the round. And Bruce, tell us about yourself now. From
England.
Yeah.
New Jersey, and now here, California, Tarzana.
Just recently arrived in Southern California.
California 6 weeks.
Only 6 weeks. How's the family like it so far?
Oh, they love it.
That's good. Great. Well, I hope your experiences on this show start you off to a great career and life here on the West Coast. Now, last time when we interrupted our show, Bruce had just won the first round when he blocked Andrea. Now, that means for round 2, Bruce will charge the board and Andrea will block. And the board is devoted to show business. Now, the charger will go behind the arrow symbol, the blocker behind the stop sign signal, and you take your positions right now.
Or, you know, you could just send them off stage.
Get to the top of that board in 60 seconds. And the fastest way to do that is to correct one blooper on each level. Here's the catch. Andrea over there is going to play 6 blocks somewhere on that board, and every time around the one of those blocks, you will lose 5 seconds on the clock. But if you get to the top, you win 1 round. And if you don't get to the top, then Andrea will win that round. Whoever wins 2 rounds wins the game, the money they gathered along the way, and a chance at $25,000 in cash. In other words, if you win this round, you will have that chance. So for right now, charge on out of here, Bruce. Now we're going to give Andrea a chance to place her blocks up there on the board. Now you may place them anywhere you wish, with the following exceptions. You can only put 1 of those blocks on the 6th level and no more than 3 on any one of the others. And by the way, you'll be credited with the money that is attached to the blocks that Bruce might run into. Are you all set? Here we go. It's devoted to show business. Place your blocks.
He's such a nice guy, but I gotta do it.
Do
I
it.
can let him slide on the first level. Level 2, $40.
2, 40.
Level 3, $30. But it's slowing down on the 4th level.
Are you now?
Okay. One thing that that I noticed right away is level 6 is now green.
Straight to the 6th level. I'm gonna stick to the middle block.
And she goes to the middle one. That's her plan, folks. We'll see if it works right after this. We're going to bring out Bruce. Come on here, Bruce. Right in here, if you will, please. Andrea has placed 6 blocks up there. You need to get to the top in 60 seconds. If you find time is running short, you can call long shot. Now, the long shot can be tough going, but it will take you from any of the first 5 levels immediately to the 6th level. All right, now you got to charge to the top in 60 seconds. So giving me the left and the dollar amount. Charge.
Level 150.
150. 1977's album of the year was Rumors by Watch It Mac. Charge.
Level 250.
250. Burt Reynolds' ex-wife was ex-Latvian comedian Chili Con Carne.
Judy.
Charge.
Level 350.
350. Sally Rand often danced naked, covered only by her life insurance.
Snickers.
Same level. 310. On October 2nd, 1959, Rod Serling's Erogenous Zone was aired on CBS. Same level 3. 320. Country star Tammy Wynette's big hit was Stand By Your Pan.
Level 4.
4.
Level 410.
410. Lock. 4. 3. 2. 1. Same level. 420. Stop. 4. 3. 2. 1. Same level.
No shot.
Seconds on the clock. 2 blocks on the 4th level. Well done, Andrea. Bruce, you got up within 4 seconds of death there, but you called it right. That's when you need the long shot. All right, you stopped the clock, and that means now that Andrea will drop a block into one of the available positions on the 6th level. Now, Andrea, if you would, please push one of those secret buttons on your podium that will lock in that secret block. There she goes. Now, block is up there, and there may also be a previously placed block. What you have to do is pick one of the 3 positions. If the one picked is free block, you correct the blooper, you will not only win the round, you will win the game and have a chance for $25,000. But if the blooper is blocked, you lose the round. You all set? Here we go. 3 positions up there. Which one do you want?
350.
And it's blocked, and Andrea wins the round. Way to go, Andrea. Congratulations to you. Come on over here, please. All right. Along the way, Sally Rand, covered only by her fan, and things Twilight Zone instead of Erogenous Zone. And now the score is tied, ladies and gentlemen. 1 round for Andrea. That means we have to have a tie-breaking round. And Andrea's choice, incidentally, the category is going to be politics. You get to choose now.
Fun.
Do you want to charge or do you want to block on politics, Andrea?
Definitely blocking this.
You're going to block. All right, that means charge
It's
on out of here.
the next category is politics. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
It's a tricky word to say,
Stomach hurts.
but a fun game. Let's try it together now.
Charge.
Level 140.
40.
Kennedy hosts the game of villains
1, 2, miss my shoe.
Buckle my shoe.
and villains.
Ivan Shark was the arch enemy of Captain Mid.
It's new to BUZZR.
Launch it! Ah, yeah.
It's weekdays at 4:30 tomorrow on BUZZR.
Andrea knows how to play the game. And also, I think she's maybe analyzing her competition a little bit there. The next board's on politics, and knowing that he's British, just came to the U.S. within the last, not terribly long ago at that point. She's going to give him the politics. That is called good playing. And also, just her blocking is great. She keeps flummoxing everybody on that fourth level. I mean, we just saw it right now. The blocks on 10 and 20, and that really got into his head. The one thing we have not seen up to this point, we have not seen a long shot block hit. The only blocks that have been hit on level 6 have been natural blocks.
And actually,
also,
no, that was a long shot. That was
no,
a long
350.
shot.
No, that wasn't a long shot. No.
Oh, you're talking about blocks that were hit
They
with the long shot.
They were placed in the long shot.
Okay.
So yeah, in her defense, she put 350 as a block. But we have not seen any long shot blocks through the first week. And as mentioned earlier, level 6 is now green. So more like we're used to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Andrea's going to win this again. She's got a great strategy set out. And she's playing what is probably a very unfavorable category for Bruce.
She's played very cerebral.
She plays a very smart game, absolutely.
It's like many people are looking at this for the first time, thinking it's not quite cerebral, but yes, there's a science to this.
There's definitely a logic and a science to it, yes. And also, I should mention, if you hear like an echo in the background, I'm playing the audio, but Chico's also playing the audio, maybe a little quieter, and he's like 30 seconds ahead of me. So you may hear what's coming up in 30 seconds, 20 seconds or so through your end.
It's like I can't win for losing. I'm playing the live stream on my tablet, which is 30 seconds ahead of Mike. And I'm playing.
Well, I've actually got the live stream playing through VLC Media Player, so I wonder if there's just a 20 or 30 second delay there. So it's not that you can't win for losing or whatnot. It's just one of the things that happens.
Yeah, it was like I'm 30 seconds ahead on my tablet, and I'm like a full minute or so behind on my TV.
Something like that, yeah. It's weird like that. Well, let's see if Andrea continues to reign, getting to her 5th gauntlet, or if Bruce somehow wins this.
Right? And right now, Andrea is setting her board. Ooh. Ooh.
Okay, I clearly underestimated his ability at politics, going basically up the right hand side. But man, does she kill her opponents on level 4?
Yep. It's like we said. She is playing a very cerebral game. I mean, yes, he knows a lot about a lot, but she knows strategy, and that's half the game right there.
Yeah, and and he would have missed the 200 on level 6, but again, a very impressive play from both players. Unfortunately, you can only have one winner, and for the 5th time it happens to be Andrea. I feel like I should just get used to saying, "Oh, she's only going to get up to number 6. She's going to win another $500, and her total winnings will be somewhere in the range of $5,000." Prove me wrong, Andrea. Come on, do it. Do it.
Well, she did not do it. Well, she did not prove you wrong, and of course, Bruce, ever graceful in defeat. Now
He's a proper British gentleman.
He is a proper British gentleman. But wow, was that round really close.
That was intense, yes.
That's why they call this show whatever they call this show.
It depends who you ask, who you talk to.
But you get what I'm trying to say.
Right. Well, here we go. We're coming back. Andrea's going for 25,000 yet again. Let's see what the villains say this time. I'm sure they have some smarmy little comment since this is her 5th try now.
Well, she is allowed to be on the show as long as she can continue to win, right?
I think it's 7 games for starters, but then it got reduced to 5. We'll find out. I mean, we conceivably could see her go up to the gauntlet 2 more times in the next 45 minutes. So.
Yep. Well, we're back, and we're back in.
All right, we're gonna let me unmute and see what happens.
Yeah, I like to see what these jokers have to say right now. Not again. Her again. Sorry. Oy.
So the status quo has held up. She gets stymied at number 6 or number 5.
Well, this time she got really far. She got to number 6.
Yeah, well, that seems to be her norm. I mean, she got up to number 5 once. Unfortunately, the episode that didn't air, there were 2 gauntlets, but I think we could discern that she may have won about $1,000 on the gauntlets for those 2 games because she only had $1,880 total after 2 games. So yeah, the gauntlet is definitely not her strong suit, but also at the same time, some of those questions, those were very difficult. The last one particularly, soft sculptures. I've never heard that term, but I'm also not an artist.
Yeah.
So she's going to go into game 6, and unless there's something we don't know about, she should be retired after her 7th game. Problem is, we're probably not going to see the result of Game 7 since there's literally 38 minutes left in the marathon. So who knows? Shrug the shoulders. But she's got over 5,000. That's nothing to sneeze at. That's good money back in. I think that now in 2021, but in '79, that's really good money.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to go back right now and let's see who the next contender is against Andrea.
Nothing personal. My favorite, my favorite, by the way, is the Confederate States of America president was Jefferson Airplane.
Of course, it's nothing personal. The Gauntlet's just doing their job.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, some of the writing on this marathon thus far, for being a week old at this point, 6th episode, has not been bad. I can't wait to see how it develops as time goes on.
Yep.
And we should credit game creator. He created few. Jay Wolpert was a writer on this show, and also Gary, I believe it's Yonke, Jonke. I don't think it's Junkie. Gary Yonke, who worked with Wolpert on a number of shows. Wait Till You Have Kids. I think he was on Hitman 2. A definite veteran of the business.
Oh yeah, definitely a veteran.
And there's a third name too, but I don't remember who that person was. So we'll just go back to the show and see what happens.
Well, there is Bud Austin and Burt Sugarman, so we can't forget those two. All he has is blocks.
Speculating here, I wonder if the contestants actually see how she plays the game. I'm going to guess not, just because her bread and butter has been 3 blocks on level 40 almost every game.
I'm guessing not too, because I remember our friend Randy the was in the green room when he was not playing. And I don't think anybody would have showed him by a closed circuit or otherwise.
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends from show to show. You see people on concentration or classic concentration sitting in the audience. You see people from other shows, Match Game Hollywood Squares, for example, sitting in the audience. I would hope that future contestants didn't sit in the audience, just because you can get a fair idea as to how they play the game.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, I was in the audience when I was waiting to play my game of Jeopardy. I did not pay any attention to how Kyle Jones was playing. I was just losing myself. I was just giving myself to the moment. That makes sense, right?
You've got to soak it all in. I mean, literally, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Literally. So I totally understand if you're just trying to soak in the moment, if you're not paying attention to how somebody's playing. I totally get it. It's currently 6:29. We're going to end episode 6 right now. I'm sorry? Well, no, episode 6 because 3 was skipped. Yeah,
Okay,
not episode 6 of the marathon.
It's like, yeah, I knew that. No, I didn't know that.
It's okay. You had a very exciting day. We'll talk about a little bit next commercial break. Because again, talking about once in a lifetime opportunities, you seriously had one today.
Yeah, I was picked to sing the national anthem for the Fayetteville Woodpeckers.
We'll talk more about that during the next commercial break. For right now, we're going back to the show, and we have enough time for some closing credits.
Yep.
Here we go.
Firebrands, for when you want to look like David's soul.
Okay, try number 6. She is like magical in the main game. I mean, I'm speechless. She calls the long shot on level 5. Level 6, she goes up and she snipes off the right block. And well, admittedly, the clue was easy, but she's like invincible.
She's gotta get it. She's gotta get it this time, right?
I'm still saying she's getting past 6. I've seen 3 gauntlets from her, and I think one time she got up to 7, possibly. The rest of the time, she did not get past 6. So let's let her get past 6 first, and then maybe we'll consider talking about possibly winning. But also at the same point, we only really have time for maybe 2 rounds. So looks like that this game will end. If somebody wins 2 rounds, it'll be the gauntlet will be on the next episode, which unfortunately they're not going to go directly to episode 8 tomorrow. They're going to go to like episode 78. So that's going to take us somewhere around August 14th of 1979, I believe, because Randy Amazia's second episode is number 88, and that aired on August 28th. So we're going to start on actually a Tuesday episode, but again, we're going to be a good almost 5 months or 4 months into the run at this point.
And the thing of it is, this show moves quickly.
Oh,
I mean, I'm just looking up. I'm looking from my screen to my other screen. I just realized Ernesto's done. He's finished.
Yeah, it moves at a breakneck pace. And, well, who's not done right now? Andrea. 6th attempt at the gauntlet. And, again, we won't know. Well, first off, she needs to win the next game, but possibly there might be a mention after the gauntlet if she doesn't win that this is your 7th and final try. Who knows? But, yeah, by the time Randy got on the show, it had been reduced from 7 to 5 wins for retirement. Because Howard Wilson was on for like 7 shows, and he finally won the gauntlet on his 7th show, which is all on YouTube if you've never checked it out. Won like 32,000.
Unless of course Fremantle got to it.
Who knows? But yeah. Fremantle does as Fremantle does. All right, we're going back right now. Let's see if Andrea can do it finally.
Andrea, try number 6 against the gauntlet. Let's see what they have to say now. Enough is enough. I guess the gauntlet is getting to. I'm guessing Andrea is getting to the gauntlet. I don't know. Ow. All right. Let me hand Andrea all the credit in the world. She got to 7 that time.
One thing I haven't mentioned thus far, the video quality on this is absolutely like mind blowing.
It is.
It
It's
is
incredible.
crisp as day. But yeah, oh look at that! She got the number 7 this time. She set a record.
She set what they call a PB.
That's her PB by far. Yes. Let's go back to what we mentioned earlier. You sang the national anthem today.
Yes.
And in case you don't know, Fayetteville Woodpeckers are your minor league team down there.
Yeah, the low A affiliate of the Houston Astros, and it was Houston Astro Way, or it was Houston Astros Day.
Okay, low A affiliate. I thought it was high A, but okay. And I knew they were with the Houston. How did you get into this?
Well, I saw something on Instagram that said we're looking for singers, and I was like, okay, I'll do it.
When was this? Was this before the season? Was it recently?
This was actually last March before the unpleasantness. So
this is almost a year and a half ago.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I really thought this may have been before this season in terms of March of 2021, not March of 2020. Oh my! Either they had a heck of a waiting list, or they lost your application. I don't know what happened there. Wow.
Well,
but if you do want to listen to Chico's national anthem, it is on his Facebook page, and I'm sure it's on other social media as well.
Yeah,
and in case you guys don't know, he's not some amateur singer. Well, he's not professional necessarily, but he's not like me, just coming out of the stands and belting a few chords.
I have to give credit to Dan Huff, because he's Dan Huff and Ethel Fletcher and Linda Merrill. They're the ones who helped me find my voice back in the day. So
excellent, and you still have it. That's great. And actually, once we're done with this, that's the first thing I'm going to do is I want to listen to that national anthem. I've got it loaded up on Facebook.
And right now they have another 2 rounds loaded up.
Well, we got about 13 minutes left, so we got enough time for about 2 rounds and final goodbyes. Speaking of final goodbyes, here's goodbye for now, but we're going back to the show.
She's changing it up a bit.
If it isn't level 40, that is Andrea's bread and butter. It's level 30. She gets him in the middle, and she gets him hard.
Well, wouldn't it be the column? Because remember, the levels change, but bloopers only get harder as you go from $10 to $50.
Oh, I'm talking about the blocks.
Yeah.
Because she got him on level 3 there, not level 4. So that's her bread and butter, right in the middle there. If she doesn't get you at level 4 with 2 or 3 blocks, she's going to get you level 3 with 2 or 3 blocks. And then he actually had a shot at level 6, but 500 is the hardest, and that was a hard one. I didn't know what a chopper is in gangster slang.
Neither did I.
Well, now we know. Knowing is half the battle, or something like that.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah, and we have enough time for one more round. If Andrea,
it's got to be a really quick round.
No, wait, we have an ample amount of time. Even if the commercials take us to like 6:59, we just need a simple sign off. Here's the fee plug prizes. Few is a Bud Austin production. A Bud Austin company too. But yeah, I mean, we don't need a full credit roll. We can still get a round in, and then a simple goodbye, whether it's with both players or with just Andrea. But
okay,
yeah,
we have one more round coming. It is music, and old dude's gonna have to be really quick determining where he wants to put his block, because they still want to get their CBS still wants to get their news breaks in.
Yeah, well, I hit the unmute button there a little early. Well, CBS is going to get their money one way or another.
Yeah.
And here we go. Back to the game.
Oh, God. Whew.
Bird drops keep falling on my head.
That's right.
That might be my favorite one thus far. Oh my gosh.
Tell us how you really feel about that.
We won't have enough time to wrap this up. But also, again, as we said, starting tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, check your listings for times wherever you're at. Even though they should be 3:30, 2:30, and 1:30 probably. We're not going to be going to episode 8 next. We're going to go forward to 78.
But I want closure, man.
Well, maybe we'll get closure once we get through this. I think that probably around Thanksgiving time we'll be done with the civilian run of Few, and that's when the celebrity run will be. And who knows if they're going to just charge through to the celebrity run, or if at that point they go back and pick up episodes 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so on and so forth. Again, who knows? We're well over almost 2.5 months away from that. But this was a nice preview.
Very nice.
And I hope you get to see the episodes you didn't see.
I know. I mean,
I want you to see the first Gauntlet win in episode 2 because the guy blazed through it. I mean, if I told you how much time he had left, you'd be like, huh? Your mouth would drop. And I say that Randy said at some point he had the fastest Gauntlet time up to that point. This guy did it faster.
Wow.
Yeah. This guy also had the same amount of time as Randy, 71 seconds. So I'm sure it'll be on YouTube or someplace in the next couple of hours. Any closing remarks before we get to the ending of Few? Besides watch this.
Oh, besides watch this?
Yeah.
Well, all I have to say is much love to the powers that be for unearthing all of these episodes and just making them really pop on my high definition television and my mobile devices here.
I'm watching on my computer screen and they're popping. This is really an amazing gift. You don't see shows like this pop up every now and then, and it seems like BUZZR's done that a number of times in the past year and a half. Concentration, Match Game Hollywood Squares, now this.
Yep.
Just reminded me that the 50th season of Price is Right is upon us in a week. So yep. you got Few goodness, and again the show that moved Price is Right to 11 a.m. You got Few. So here we go. We're going back.
Yep. It'll be back to the old grind for some of us soon. So, hey, be watching on this. And again, like you said, the more you watch, the more people will make. And, Family Feud, I could really, especially the episodes where Richard likes to rag on. There you go. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this nice little taste of this show that is coming every weekday at 4:30 Eastern Time. I hope you will watch. I hope you will make a habit of watching, and I hope that you get your friends to watch as well, because this is how we get more.
We need eyes watching this, absolutely.
This is how you get more.
And also, if any of you have made it through the entire 3 hours, you're a stronger person than me. But we hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait for 4:30 tomorrow. And now the big thing I got to think about is Wednesday's my late day. How do I record this on Wednesdays, on my late day? Well, that's not your problem. That's my problem. But please, again, watch this. Get the ratings. Support this endeavor because it's been a long time coming. But also, keep on listening to us. We got 3 shows coming out this week. The first one should be up midnight tonight. 3 good shows, and again, Brother Chico wasn't there for any of them because life decided to interfere. But 3 great shows with me and Greg. So I should say few, but this is a long marathon.
I see what you did there.
Well, no, I'm just like trying to relax. It's been a long marathon, and yeah, I've been here for 3 hours, and it's been a fun 3 hours. And even though you've only been here for about an hour and 20 minutes, it's been a fun hour and 20 minutes. Thank you for stopping by, Chico, and thank you for listening. We'll catch you later with some more things on TV. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.